You think a sand shortage sounds ridiculous. Look at the Sahara. Look at Dubai, sitting on an ocean of the stuff. And yet Dubai imports sand. That's not a mistake, and it's the whole story. So why is desert sand useless? Because wind is a terrible sculptor. Blown around for millennia, those grains get polished smooth and round grains won't lock together in concrete. The sand we fight over is angular sand, shaped by water in riverbeds, floodplains, lakes, and the seafloor. Where did the demand come from? Asia urbanizing at a speed that's hard to picture. China poured more concrete in a few recent years than the United States did in the entire 20th century. Every tower, every highway, every airport is sand. Here's the scale you're actually dealing with. After water, sand and gravel are the most extracted materials on Earth, roughly 50 billion tons a year, mostly for concrete, glass, and land reclamation. By mass, a modern city is mostly sand. Singapore took this further and literally grew. Since independence, it has expanded its land area by roughly a quarter, largely with imported sand. So much that Indonesia, Malaysia, Vietnam, and Cambodia have at various times banned sand exports to it. Entire Indonesian islands have effectively vanished into the dredges. And this is where the environmental bill comes due. Strip a riverbed and you lower the water table, collapse the banks, and starve the delta downstream. The Mekong Delta, home to 20 million people, is sinking and shrinking, partly because the sand that should replenish it is being mined upstream while the riverbed drops. Here's what almost nobody expects. When something this cheap gets scarce, organized crime moves in. India has documented sand mafias, groups illegally strip mining riverbeds, and journalists, police officers, and activists have been killed for getting in the way. Illegal river mining shows up across Africa, Southeast Asia, and Latin America. There's a stranger corner of this too. The ultra-pure quartz used to make semiconductors comes overwhelmingly from one small area around Spruce Pine, North Carolina. When Hurricane Helene flooded the region in 2024, the chip industry held its breath. A global technology chain with a single muddy pinch point. The UN Environment Program has been raising alarms about this for years, calling sand governance one of the great overlooked resource problems. Ban beach extraction. Treat sand as a strategic material. Price it honestly. So do alternatives exist? They do. Crushed rock engineered to the right angularity, recycled construction aggregate, even desert sand treated with new binders. They all work. And they all lose on price to a river someone can dredge for free at night. Here's my take. Sand is what happens when something is so cheap we assume it's infinite. The shortage isn't really of sand, it's of rivers we're willing to destroy. Price that destruction honestly and this becomes an engineering problem. Keep it free and the mafias keep mining. That's the whole thing.